Hannah's real young. Her best friend is a skinhead chick. She knows an Asian boy named Yick. Caitlin, she is very chic, but I am still in love with a girl named Spike. A girl named Spike. And I am still in love with a girl named Spike. I am still in love with a girl named Spike. A girl named Spike.
You're listening to the I'm in Love with a Girl Named Spike, a Degrassi podcast. I'm your host, Mike Park, along with my co-host, Hannah Eagle.
Oh, hey.
And Rick Johnson.
Oh, hey.
I knew.
Today, we are on our 200th episode. I have many things to say about that. First of all, the fact that we've almost done this for 4 years.
Yeah.
So we have 8 more weeks till we're at 8 more weeks, and it's a 4-year mark.
It feels weird that it's been 4. It doesn't feel like 4 years.
It's also weird that I haven't seen Hannah. I've met Hannah once in person. So in 4 years, I've met Hannah once in person, but I've talked to her every week for 4 years.
Every week for 4 years, which is, I see you guys more often than I see most other people in my life. For sure, my mom. Yeah, it's weird.
And so I feel like this very close bond to both Rick and Hannah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's be honest. I didn't really like Rick before this podcast started. Just kidding.
Is it because I cost you $500 that one time?
Why? What happened? I don't remember.
Oh, that Cheap Girls record got pressed wrong.
I don't even remember.
It's not my fault, first of all. Second of all, it got pressed with 2 of the same songs in a row.
That's not good.
No.
So another little news tidbit is I tested positive for COVID about 30 minutes ago. I'd been super sick starting Monday, just like high fever, 102, just dripping sweat. But I was testing negative. And then yesterday I tested negative. And then I'm like, how is this possible that I had every symptom of COVID? So I looked on YouTube and there was a tutorial where they would swab the back of the throat and the nostrils.
That's
so
what
you swab the back of your throat. You think you got some crazy nose?
You do the nose too, back of the throat and the nostrils. And as soon as that solution hit, I'm talking within seconds, that
it was
positive
2 lines.
line.
Yeah, that's
like, wow.
So I don't know if I think we maybe in private we talked about it, but like when Jake Margot was like, I have COVID, I was like, I should test again. And as soon as I put the swab in the hole, it was it was like, oh no. Like,
I feel like also that thing of like when your brain is going, man, it's crazy that I don't have COVID because I've got all these symptoms.
That's what I kept thinking. I'm like, I've got to have
That's
it.
when you know that you really do have it.
It sucks. It sucks for my family, especially my mom, who started feeling when I was at my sickest on Monday. I was with her and she definitely got it. She has it. She called me this morning, said she's sick. And I'm like, oh my God.
Does she have the second booster?
She has 2. Yeah. She didn't get the 3rd.
Okay.
But I'm hoping, what's that medication you were telling me about?
Paxlovid.
I hope that her doctor can prescribe that and that'll help her.
It's seemingly everyone that I've known that has used that drug. If it's an emergency use drug, but everyone that's used it has bounced back pretty quick.
I'd love to bounce back pretty quick because I have a lot of things on the plate, Hannah, like watching TV tonight.
What are you gonna watch?
YouTube. And then I have a busy social life coming up of doing nothing. So let's be honest, Hannah. I feel like you're young. You still go out. I used to go out a lot. I used to love going out. In 2020 March, when things shut down, I've gone out like to do something, like either be a show or a wedding, probably 10 times or less. Like going out with a group of people.
Yeah.
I'll go out with my family to get food or something. we'll
Right.
go.
Like a restaurant.
Yeah, or I've
Yeah.
gone on lots of walks. If people want to see me, they know to call me and they say, let's go on a walk, and I'll do that. But
Okay.
I have not gone out. I've been very sheltered and safe. Where am I going with this, Rick? I don't know. But it's our 200th episode, so I can say whatever I want to say.
If it makes you
Mike's
feel better
delirious.
about that situation, Mike, I haven't gone out
Yeah.
at all, aside from
Well,
work.
Yeah, but you work in an environment where it's highly contagious, where you're in a room full of people who don't give a F-U-C-K, Hannah. You know what that spells?
Wow. No.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, Mike, is that I think maybe, I mean, Hannah's not going. Well, that's not true. But I'm not going out in my personal life, only professional life.
Also, I have a backdrop of young Hannah in my, if you're watching on YouTube.
Funny. It's like, and I love that it's up there. Don't get me wrong. No, I don't love it. I hate it. It's one of my least favorite pictures of myself, and I don't know how you sniffed it out. I knew that.
Hannah,
like-
if you knew how many photos of you were on my phone from Mike, it'd be shocking. Because every time Mike's trying to freak you out and sending you photos from your Facebook through the WhatsApp, it gets saved to my phone. So like,
Oh yeah, that's right.
it'll be like family members, and it'll just
Yeah.
be Hannah Eagle at weddings.
And not good pictures of me. This picture in particular has like, it hits 5 things I hate. You can see right up my nose. I'm really sweaty. My mouth is in such a shape that my one tooth looks like I have one tooth in front instead of 2 teeth in front. So I have weird, and I also have like chest acne in it too.
Chestney.
I can't. Oh, I can see that. That's cool.
What about your stringy ass hair?
Stringy ass hair, because I wasn't out of the closet yet and my hair was so long, and I was
How
like,
old were
I
you
know.
here? 16?
This is freshman year of college.
18.
Yeah, I look younger because I had no idea what I was doing. The time
love
she
it.
do be flying. Yeah.
There's a bunch of, if you want to stalk Hannah and you can find her Facebook page, it's Hannah Eagle Stalkers. You can find, there are so many funny pictures of her as like as a bridesmaid, or like in a
Yeah.
wedding party. It just so pasty, no tan, just white as can be. I think Hannah's wearing a dress where it's almost like, it's like a whitish dress and it just looks like she's naked.
Oh,
She's so pasty.
my
Isn't that nice of
gosh.
me? Oh my gosh.
yeah,
Let's
it's true.
let's get in with
Oh yeah, we
Hannah's,
haven't
one
even
of Hannah's
started on this episode.
favorite episodes is Free Fallin', which you definitely know Free Fallin' is sung by
Mr. Petty.
Yes. And how does it start?
Paige is like snapping from the pressure. She's in a class where they're giving rapid fire, really complicated math problems, I guess.
What kind of class is this? It's like advanced math for a business degree, right? That's what type of degree she's getting.
And it's like a midterm for her freshman year math class. And I was like, yeah, that is
timed. It's also timed.
Yeah. Why didn't they just give them the problems? That's what I didn't really understand. And I loved though her like lesbian, like cruel lesbian teacher.
I was just gonna ask you about her. I was wondering if you thought she was
her.
lesbian. You think
Loved her,
100%?
yes.
Okay.
You know what? Weirdly, maybe not. But she definitely was not. Her bedside manner was pretty cold.
That is true.
She has a familiar look. There's an episode of Seinfeld where there's a lady that looks like that.
The Machu Picchu.
No,
Yeah.
isn't it? Doesn't she work? Oh, but she's the one that like
she's
Elaine.
She's the one that doesn't like
Elaine, but it's a different name.
Yeah. So
Susie.
what is it?
Susie.
Isn't she also somebody that it's the episode where Elaine can't get, no, different one. Never mind. Continue. Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Did you know our friend is in the video for Free Fallin'?
Oh, Kepi Gooley is in.
Yeah.
Yes, I know Kepi is in Free Fallin'. Yeah, of course.
Our friend Hannah is in Free Fallin', the movie.
What's the video for Free Fallin'? Is that the one where they're like in the desert? Am I making
No,
that
they're
up?
like they're like
They're
skating
in
on a
the
skate ramp.
there's like very Californian ladies roller inline skating.
Oh.
Gator Rogowski's in that video too.
And that's the guy who killed people?
He killed a single person.
Okay.
Gator.
Singular. Kill.
His name is Gator.
His name is Mark Gator Rogowski. If you and Britt like murder mysteries.
Yeah.
Are there some
Watch-
good pods on that?
Yeah, there's a very good sports pod about his case. It's
Please send it to me.
like, well, I think you should. I don't have it. I just listened to it. I searched Gator Rogowski just to see if there was anything, and it's like 3 hours long. It's good.
It's a long one.
Yeah, they talk about the they talk about the trial at length, and it's
I love a trial.
gnarly. The movie is
trial.
does not do the severity of the crime justice, I will say.
Yikes.
God, I feel like crap right now. Oh. Okay, let's take it from after the opening credits, Rick.
What hurts right now?
I just feel tired, man.
Yeah. Paige is sitting around. She's having a panic attack.
Yeah.
Everybody's partying on her floor.
Yeah. No one else seems to be sweating it. Is Paige really
No.
the stupidest person there? Maybe.
Yeah, it's like that scene in Better Off Dead.
I don't like seeing JT in the opening credits.
What scene in Better Off Dead?
Where John Cusack has to write the math equation in the math class and everybody's like understanding it.
Yes. I just saw that movie for the first time ever.
Is Better Off Dead $2? I want my $2.
Yeah.
$2.
I can't believe you still haven't watched 3 O'Clock High. What's your problem?
I can't believe I just saw Better Off Dead for the first time. In
Have you
this
seen the
reference.
sequel, One Crazy Summer?
Is that real?
Yeah. There's a non-official sequel with mostly the same cast called One Crazy Summer.
John Cusack?
John Cusack, Curtis Armstrong, Bobcat Goldthwait,
Yeah.
Demi Moore,
Demi
the g-
Moore.
the guy from the Twisted Sister videos.
Oh, the drill sergeant?
Yeah.
The 80s were such a
Amazing.
great time for film.
Apparently, so the guy that wrote and directed those 2 films is this guy named Steve Holland, Savage Steve Holland. He created the Whammy. You familiar with the Whammy?
Like No
Pressure
Whammy?
Luck. Yeah.
Or the
the cartoon.
You're right.
the
You're right.
cartoon devil guy, yeah.
Yeah. That's why there's cartoons and shit in those films.
Yeah, the animation in the beginning of Better Off Dead is so weird.
Oh yeah. Apparently at this, so they had signed John Cusack to film two movies. They premiered the Better Off Dead. John Cusack got pissed at the director and was like, "I'll do your movie, but I'm doing the bare minimum." And you can't ask him about Better Off Dead or One Crazy Summer anymore
Why?
because he gets mad. He won't sign.
What did
shit.
he thought that movie was gonna be really good? It's about skiing. It's like about a ski competition.
It's loosely about a ski competition. It's about a kid that wants to kill himself.
It is about a kid who wants to kill himself. Yeah, and it's really weird because like I was like, is it silly? It's not supposed to be silly, but it is silly. And then that French girl fixes his car.
That's a synopsis of the film right there.
Yeah, and the ski stuff.
So when we keep requesting 3 O'Clock High, it's because it's in this vein of Better Off Dead and all the
very
movies
good.
like this.
Keep
It's
forgetting,
something
it's a
you would.
TV show or a
No, it's a movie.
It's a movie.
Okay, what's it on?
You're gonna have
I
to
don't
rent it.
know.
I'm gonna have to rent it.
Last time I watched it, I had to rent
No,
it from Amazon
I'll
Prime.
pirate it. Just kidding. I
Yeah,
won't.
pirate it, dude.
I will. I
Yeah.
just don't want the internet to know that I will.
Do it and send me the link.
Okay.
Yeah, me too. I
It's
want to
gonna
watch
be
it.
like putlocker123movies.biz or something.
Rick, continue on Free Fall in Part 1.
So Paige is struggling. She's
Yeah.
she's doing a bad. She meets with her professor seemingly in a different classroom, so they probably couldn't afford the same set.
Yeah, that drove me insane.
and seemingly potentially in a different class also. Like she's like, you're not going to be able to get your business degree unless you pass. And there's no reason for this professor to A, know Paige's name, and B, give her a take-home exam after this situation.
No. 100%. No.
Yeah.
I also feel like she was like, just make sure you get your essay done. And I was like, what could she possibly have to write an essay about in like advanced calculus or whatever this is?
Right.
Yeah.
Also,
she's not a lesbian. No way.
No, I think you're right. Upon rethinking about it, she's the most lesbianist, not lesbian. It's that college professor thing.
Yeah, she might be bi.
Yeah,
No, she's straight.
she's straight. A lesbian would be kinder to Paige.
Oh, that's true. You're right. She has a terrible. No, I like her hair. I'm starting to like this teacher a lot. She's going to go to Wasaga.
She's going to Wasaga High.
She's the teacher. She's going to teach. She's going to be the principal.
you know who needs to go to Wasaga?
Who?
Paige's parents.
For sure. You know what I thought about Paige's mom when she came on screen? I was like, first of all, great casting. Second of all, she had like that great Canadian accent that reminded me so much of everyone from Degrassi High. And then I was like, was she on Degrassi High?
She wasn't. I looked her up. She also sort of looks like Stacey Mistician.
Yeah.
So I was like,
never mind. I was going to say, no, please continue. Sorry.
I was like, maybe it's her sister, but it's not.
Oh.
It's not. It's just some random.
Wow. I loved her.
Stacey Mistician's sister, I believe, is a lesbian in real life.
Mm-hmm.
I think they did a episode on.
Wait, wasn't her brother gay? That was the thing, right?
I think sister is too.
Gay sister. You know what? I don't
Oh,
know.
no, brother committed suicide, right? Brother committed suicide. Sister is a lesbian, and then I think they did an episode for the Degrassi Talks. If I could be totally wrong.
We should watch all the Degrassi Talks.
No, we should.
Oh, do I? So we can continue doing this when I'm 60 years old.
You know what? I was thinking when the theme song came on this time, it's Sean is like one of the first ones, and he's got like he looks like a little like a middle-aged mom with his haircut and his really clean shaven face. And I was like, damn, I'd love to talk about that, but I have to save it for when we watch the theme song, which we'll never do.
The theme song is going to change before we watch it.
100%.
What
did Marco make? Just cookies or
just a shitty cookie?
Shitty cookies, yeah. Shitty.
Really cementing the fact that she's going to have to cook a Thanksgiving dinner.
She doesn't. Is she dropped out of? Does she drop out of school?
No, she's trying to finish her essay.
Yeah, but she's not really trying.
Very hard.
She's looking for excuses.
Sure.
What about the sign that Alex made for Paige? That takes a long time.
It was cute.
It's a lot of markers probably dried up during that.
Yeah, and also, I don't think she needed to do that because Paige didn't even like it.
Mixed messages.
Because she's emotional about the Banting failures, or no? Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sick. I'm sick. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Mike.
Yeah.
Do you like Peter continuing to be a creep?
I just don't like Peter. I just don't like Peter at all.
Yeah.
Why does he think it's all right to creep on Darcy after he basically was her photographer for her pornography?
He's so dumb. He's really dumb.
He's cast as a straight white male who is a good-looking straight white male who can get away with anything. That's what they are casting him as. So he can do whatever he wants.
That's what they cast him as. Do I think he is attractive enough to make up for the horrible things he's always doing, and he's like so dumb. I don't think so. I
He's
don't
got
think
a
Peter's
he's got an attractive haircut for the time.
for
You
sure.
like that? Did you have a haircut like that?
Mm-mm. I've
I
had the
couldn't-
same. I've had the same haircut for my entire life.
I'm trying to think how long my hair was at one time. I'll try to find some photos. I'll group.
You had you had
some.
that haircut, didn't you?
Well, I had hair that almost hit my shoulders. It was a disgusting look with my hair parted in the middle with braces
Whoa.
and headgear. And I had no fear of wearing the headgear out in public. So I would just walk around and wear it. And with a California visor, like those multicolored rainbow visors that are see-through.
No
You know what I'm
way.
talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
Hard
sure. Wow. That's a lot of look on the head
Yeah,
alone.
And then a pair of yellow sweatpants that were really big, so I could pull them up over my shoulders, and I'd walk around like that.
That
I was cool.
crazy.
I'm
That's a
I'm
crazy
cool,
look.
huh?
Yeah.
I'm cool, huh? Oh, I want to see how many people I gave COVID to.
Is that just a wet towel?
Well, it wasn't wet a couple hours ago, but I'm just sweating,
Are you
just
are you at
perspiring.
are you at your house or your mom's house?
I'm at my house right now.
No. So your entire family is gonna get it.
I hope not. Did Jessica get it from you?
No, but I think I was not contagious by the time I was home.
I can't believe so a person Rick went on tour with, this gentleman named Jake, had 4 jabs and then got it twice.
Not 4. Oh yeah,
He had 4 jabs.
4. I thought he
Yeah.
only had 3.
I don't recall, and I don't even know why I brought it out. Let's get back to Degrassi. Let's get back to Paige studying. Hannah, bring it. There's a
Bring it back
party,
up. Are we just
semi-party.
we're not paying attention to the B plot, right? Just let
No,
it go.
it's stupid. But the B plot has the best acting in this by that man.
I was just about to say, if we're gonna throw away the B plot, I just want to talk about the Greek guy and
Talk about him.
Peter
about him.
speaking Greek, and Peter's so stupid. He's like, my Greek's rusty. Blah blah. It's like just so terrible. Anyway, I loved that Greek guy.
This is the best.
Anyway, Paige is like cooking the Thanksgiving dinner because she thinks like no one else can do it, but really she's just trying not to do work.
She's cooking the dinner because everybody is causing her grief while she's trying to study. That's why she's cooking the dinner.
Yeah.
She was trying to study, and then she gets woken up, and it's like, oh, rock and roll. Also, I'm sleeping weirdly on the couch with Alex.
Yeah.
Like why would you be sleeping on the couch like that?
Yeah.
And she's super annoyed with everybody. That's why she's cooking.
Yeah, she says some not chill stuff this episode. But yes, she's cooking dinner, and then because all the Michael Chucks and then
Del Rossi.
Del Rossi's are meeting, which it's always a good episode when Mr. Del Rossi is there.
It's true. His acting gets better though
I
coming
know.
out. You are the prettiest, smartest, and bestest. Is that what she's saying to herself?
Yeah.
You're the prettiest. Here's a hot take. Paige's mom looks like a jacked up Amanda Steptoe.
Yeah, that too.
Not
so
jacked
the-
up. Not
so-
jacked up.
So I was going back and forth between if it was Stacy or Amanda, but you confirming it as Amanda. If Amanda hadn't been adopted, I would have been like, this is a sister. Do you think this person is her sister in real life? But she just
No, because it could be because she is adopted and maybe they don't know that they're siblings.
Amanda's adopted?
Yeah.
I don't think I knew that.
Well, you're not a fan like I am.
yeah.
But
I
it's
knew.
Like, how have we not talked about it?
Degrassi
Maybe we
Talks.
have.
She talks about it on Degrassi Talk.
I guess we have to watch all of Degrassi Talks.
Well, you haven't watched them already?
No,
That's
It's got
weird.
a good theme song.
haven't watched the minis either. And now I'm like, I have to watch the minis, but I really don't want to.
The Degrassi Talks theme song is sung by the cast. I know Stacy Mistician sings a part of a verse. That old Rick, was it Rick? Tim sings a verse. I can't remember who else.
What was the song?
You just
It's
look
like-
it up.
It's like almost sounds like We Are the
No,
World.
explain it to me.
Gives me We Are the World vibes.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, I was gonna say it
Where
sounds
they're like
Live Aid.
sharing vocal, Live Aid, sharing vocals. It's really bad, but really good at the same time, especially because you can see them in the opening credits, them singing like in this video. It's pretty awesome.
I mean, I love
Pretty
that.
awesome. God, now I'm just starting to feel worse and worse.
If we
Really?
want, let's get through this real quick then.
Let's slow it down.
Let's chill. I'm gonna
No,
go for a run real.
Stop running. Stop exercising.
I sound great. That's a big turkey, huh?
Well, yeah, and there's no way it would have been thawed by the time they were supposed to have dinner.
Okay, here's my thing also. That midterm seemed to me to be pretty complicated, pretty college mathy. And it's like the midterms happening, it's that hard, and it's happening before Thanksgiving break. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure.
It's
Banting. It's
the Harvard of the
Banting. It's
North.
Harvard of.
Oh, that's right. It's the Harvard of the North. Okay,
Come on, bro.
I keep forgetting it's the Harvard of the North.
Does Mr. Del Rossi, is he fully in with his gay son? Oh my God. It's
When
totally
he's-
Amanda Stepta's sister. Holy moly.
Yeah, when Mr. Del Rossi slaps Marco on the side of it, Marco.
Oh, Marco.
I love him.
I love him too. I also love when Mr. Michael Chuck turns to Dylan and is like, still no haircut, and Dylan goes, still no hair.
The best line of the episode.
Oh,
So much fun.
who's Paige's guest at dinner?
No,
I'm not Paige, Alex's guest. Sorry.
It's her
Carla.
girlfriend.
Who's Carla?
Her
Her
imaginary
girlfriend.
girlfriend.
Yeah, her imaginary girlfriend.
Oh,
I
Because
love Carla.
so basically Paige is having panic attacks.
yeah.
And so when she has her second panic attack after having to cook the food, she shoos off Alex.
Yeah, for no reason.
And like if I was Alex, I feel like I'd be tough enough that wouldn't bum me out.
Yeah, Alex would have, if this were 2 seasons ago, Alex, she would have like kicked the door down.
She would have kicked the door down, put yellow paint on him, and then caused a murder.
Alex, okay, really quickly, Hannah, when Mr. Del Rossi almost spits out his wine, exactly what happened?
Carla kind of sneaks in behind Alex. It's really weird because at first I didn't even realize she was there. But everyone's like, Alex, who is this? Well, Paige goes, what are you doing here? And she goes, I was invited. And then she goes, and this is Carla, my imaginary girlfriend. And then Mr. Del Rossi spits his wine back into his glass.
So that's what. Okay, I get it. At the food
Because he's
bank,
homophobic. It's a laugh.
he's trying. He's working on it. Though. He's trying to get better.
Yeah, but he
Uh,
doesn't
what-
know that him and his son Marco and Dylan are dating and living together, right?
It's like they know and they don't know. I think they know.
Well, they gotta know.
They have to know.
They do not know.
They have to know.
They have to know.
They have to, but they don't know.
But
Well,
they
the
don't.
mom knows. The mom knows for sure. This dinner looks good. That butternut squash soup.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind having some right now.
Also, even though that turkey like squirted out stuffing, I still think it looked great.
Did that turkey squirt out like that?
Why and why did that happen?
Yeah,
Does
I don't
that
think
happen?
that's true. What I don't understand. So, Paige opens the oven, right?
Mhm.
And then she goes, is she breathing a sigh of relief because she has the time to relax? Or I thought she was like frustrated because something happened with the turkey. But
I
it
have
turns
no idea.
out that she was just breathing a sigh of relief.
Maybe she was trying to huff in some
Some
oven
gas fumes.
Gas, yeah.
I
Possibly.
apologize. I'm watching this scene with Darcy and Peter.
Oh, snooze.
Yeah.
I don't care.
The thing I do like about the scene of them like volunteering at the food kitchen are just the extras that are
Yeah.
homeless people that are, where did they get them? Are they actually homeless people?
No
or
way.
did they cast them? Okay.
That's a casting. It's too exploitive if it was actually homeless people.
Yeah, the Greek guy I feel like I've even seen before. He looks kind of familiar.
The old God, Paige's mom is Amanda's. He is a weird looking Amanda Steptoe.
Yeah,
It's
now that you
freaking me
say
out
that,
now.
I can't unsee it because I
I
keep
can't
thinking about her.
unsee it either.
I just think she looks so much like Paige because they both have like square heads and little round noses.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm sorry, I keep going off tangents because I have COVID. I can do whatever I want.
Mm-hmm.
That's our 200th episode, but this reminds me, going back to Seinfeld, this reminds me of a meal that would be the Costanzas, obviously George, and then his fiance,
Susan.
Susan, and what's the last name? So Susan's family having dinner together with a lot of wine. This is what reminds me of this dinner. What
I can't remember their last name.
why can't I almost had it, but I don't. Oh well. You win some, you lose some. It sucks that someone who's such a TV-aholic like Hannah, that we can't share this Seinfeld joy.
I know. Well,
It's weird.
I know. I was just thinking that in my head. Well, I tried to start Seinfeld from the beginning, and I think Brittany came home from work and she was like, "No."
Why? She doesn't like it?
No, she was just like, "You can't start another show from the beginning like this."
It's Ross, by the way.
The Rosses. Susan Ross. Okay. Did you look it up?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
You just remembered?
I
you just remembered.
I had to think about it.
You're lying.
No.
Is Paige packing to leave?
Yeah. Because Marco, she tries to tell Marco she's having panic attacks, and he does. And this has also happened to me because I'm also kind of dumb. Marco was like, "I know exactly how you feel because last week I got a C- on a paper," which is like the worst thing to hear when your education is falling apart. Is like something not so bad happening. So she just immediately packs her bags and she's gonna drive 3 hours back to Banting.
I want to know where Banting is now.
It's a fictitious
away.
school. Is it
Yeah,
a
I
real
think
school or
so. I
fictitious?
think
We
it's
made,
fictitious.
yeah. I was about to say we made it up, but
Peter is driving without a license.
Yes.
Want to discuss this? We know Darcy gets mad.
Yeah, Darcy was about to accept that Peter is her new man, basically.
But not after driving with a suspended license.
Not after driving with a suspended license and getting pulled over by 2 cops on mountain bikes.
Yeah, how did they?
In the rain.
why did he get pulled? Because he was revving his engine over and over.
Yeah.
What about the
Ban-
apple pie she shoved in his face? He wipes it off with his finger. He should have like put it in his mouth. That would have been good.
That's what I was thinking he was gonna do. It's a delicious apple pie. He peeled it himself. Oh my god, dude! Also, Banting is fictional.
I know that cough, Mike. I'm sorry.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I just coughed up a bunch of phlegm, but instead of spitting it out, I just swallowed it because I'm doing this podcast.
You gotta spit it out.
You're listening to the I'm in Love with a Girl Named Spike, a Degrassi podcast. I can't fail this.
My
I can't
mom always
fail
said,
you.
You gotta spit out you gotta spit it out.
It's just going in your stomach. It's getting burned by acid.
In
so.
my brain, it goes back into rotation. I know that's not correct, but in my brain, it goes back in rotation. I always spit it out, and
it's in my brain too that happens, but I know it's false. So the fire in her wastebasket, did she just light those books on fire herself?
Yeah.
Fully
She's
on
over it.
purpose. Yeah.
Good for her. Good for her. Happy 200th episode, Hannah and Rick. Can't wait till next week when I'm feeling light on my feet.
For what it's
Ready to-
worth, Mike, it took like 10 days for me to have no symptoms. With the
Well, doesn't even matter. I'm
Mm.
gonna go to a show tonight, no mask, just coughing up a storm. See how many people are gonna infect. Is that good? Should
I'm
I
worried
do that?
about monkeypox now. That's what I'm worried about.
I thought it was monkeypox at first. I'm like, I
Dude.
have no rash. I have all the other symptoms.
And I know a lot of my friends are going to the concerts and going to the gay bars, and that's where they're saying it's coming from.
I don't know if it's entirely
Why is
coming
the gay
from it.
community getting monkeypox?
I don't know. It's very strange, but that does seem to be what people are saying.
I think the reason for that is because there was an outbreak first with that.
Yeah. Also, gays are very social.
That's true.
Not lesbians so much, but gay men for sure.
Is it like open sores and that?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay.
It's crazy.
It's basically like a version of smallpox.
It doesn't sound fun, but I'm
We're
gonna
not gonna get it.
go. I don't know if I should take some Advil. Maybe I'll pop some Advil. Were you popping Advil?
No,
No.
I was thinking Mucinex when I got home, but that was it.
Okay, maybe I'll take Mucinex. And I will talk to y'all soon. Have a blessed day. Bye bye.
Good
Feel
luck with your
better.
sickness.
Yeah.
Thank you.